Welcome back to the Recon Reviewers. Today we are watching American Psycho from 2000.
Okay, we're watching the uncut version.
Based on a book, starring Christian Bale.
We also have a guest appearance.
Hello, from Clarky's Cooking Corner.
Check it out, link in the description.
That does look delicious.
I know, I'm so hungry now.
In a way, there is that emphasis on meat and blood.
I would hate to read a menu like that, all in cursive.
You're a bit of a cook. What are some of the dishes we're looking at?
I don't know, it looks like a freaking botanist did it, because like it's all like flowers and stuff.
Christian Bale is Patrick Bateman. These are friends that he works with.
Oh, I miss the old money.
They have access to all the exclusive clubs.
I thought I was a bad dancer.
This is supposed to take place in
It's a cash
80's.
bar.
You're a fucking ugly bitch. I want to stab you to death.
This is the kind of music I like to play. Arpeggios.
He has a very Spartan living space.
Bateman, Batman, Buttman.
He's certainly very meticulous, and he really doesn't need all this because he's already young.
It sucks when somebody who you know is older looks younger than you do today.
And though I can hide my cold gaze, I simply am not there.
You don't like this, I take it.
And high heels. I like high
She
heels.
does not look impressed.
He definitely likes being in control.
We should do it.
Do what?
Get married, have a wedding.
No, I can't take the time off work.
Your father practically owns the company and do anything you'd like.
Somebody
silly.
wants to marry you, and it's like he just doesn't want to take the time off of work. He's basically in the
Because I
office
want
watching
to
sports
fit
news.
We have to provide food and shelter for the homeless, and oppose racial discrimination and promote civil rights, while also promoting.
Never knew he
equal
was
rights
so
for
woke.
women.
Yeah, right?
We
Didn't
have
think
to
he was
promote
such a
general
humanitarian.
social concern.
What's crazy is that here he is in a major city late at night, and no one's going to rob him, or he's not afraid about being robbed.
Yeah, it's pretty dead.
It's like he always has some kind of secret in the back of his mind.
I can only get these sheets in Santa Fe. These are very expensive sheets. You don't shut your fucking mouth.
I will kill you.
It's suggestive that when there are actually clips when he says things like that to people, that these scenes all happen in his mind, because the scene cuts right back to where he was talking
Patrick?
before. Or
Right.
What are those?
Oh, well, it's cranberry juice.
she doesn't look convinced.
Hello, Halber
Batman
Strand.
and Morbius
Nice
together,
car.
huh? That's strange.
How the
Or
hell are
Batman
you?
and Joker.
Not great.
Yeah, right.
Oh, well,
I
you know.
don't want to
So how's
associate with him
Cecilia?
as Joker, but
She's a
He's
great
the
girl.
worst Joker.
it happened.
I'm very lucky.
Fortunately, Morbius wasn't much better.
New card. What do you think?
Bateman, but that's not.
They're all measuring each other's status by their business card.
It's nice typography on those cards. Look at that subtle off-white
He's
color.
completely obsessed with status.
Shaking.
Something wrong?
Well, then let's do it,
His
Marcus.
own friends and
How's your
superiors
pussy going,
sometimes
Marcus?
just don't even manage to remember his name.
alert. Could tell you that, Halberstram, but they don't have to kill you.
Did you know I'm utterly insane?
They're undisputed masterpieces. Give it to me square.
The piece
Song's so
square.
catchy.
Interesting
Well,
having
people
this
probably
being
don't
an
listen to the
80s
lyrics.
period
But they should,
piece,
because it's not
because
just
Huey
about the
Lewis and the
pleasure.
News actually had a song or two out of the Back to the Future movies. So between the insults, his attitude, and the fact that he has this Fisher account, basically why Bateman kills him.
And the perfect card. All of this has to be just. See that the blood trail's gone.
Oh yeah.
Where did you get that overnight bag?
And Gautier happens to be hauling a dead body.
I calm myself and move into the bedroom, where I find his suitcase and start to pack. It's time for Paul to take a little trip.
Hi, this is Paul. Been called away to London for a few days. Meredith, I'll call you when I get back. Hasta la vista, baby.
How corny is that?
Did end up playing John Connor.
We see him do very little work.
Yeah, if any.
Green Goblin
Listen, John,
and
I've
Batman.
gotta
I
go.
wonder if this detective is
No, don't put the
completely a
owner of this
fictional
on.
character.
William Dafoe
Okay,
is
John,
Marvel, and Christian Bale is DC.
Yeah.
Trying to get him
Donald
sidetracked.
Hi.
Christian Bale did end up playing a
Preliminary
Marvel
questions.
character.
Or the God Killer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thor, Love and Thunder. He hires a limousine to pick up prostitutes.
I haven't seen
That's
you around here.
Really not something that
Just
you
haven't
can
been looking.
get
Would you
away
like to
with,
see my apartment?
especially
I'm not
nowadays.
supposed to.
Not sure that you could even get
Wanna
away
come
with
to my
that back in
apartment
the
or not?
80s.
Well, I don't know.
I'm not
I mean, it
supposed
is New
to,
York.
but
He definitely has a habit
It'll
of
respond
treating
only
people
to
as his
Kristen.
playthings. He's actually pretending to be Paul Allen, the guy he murdered. There is some nudity in this movie.
This is ridiculous. Right in the middle of the night, sleeping, he's an asshole.
Touch the watch.
He's an asshole 24/7.
Oh, they are not happy.
You know what Ed Gein said about women? When I see a pretty girl walking down the street, one part of me wants to take her out
And what the other part of him think?
what her head would look like on a stick.
He finds that hilarious.
Red flag.
He's certainly an evil person hiding behind
Hi, guys.
a high society facade.
I wanna get your
and
opinion on
everyone else
something.
is completely okay with
I
it.
decided to get
Did he even say it?
That is a very nice looking card.
Gold foil.
And it's safe to say that he's next on the chopping block.
Oh, yeah. So hyped up over a card.
The music just like from Psycho.
Imagine how long.
He's just sweating profusely.
How about that curveball, Bateman?
He's washing his gloves. Like, dirty, dirty.
Where are you going?
I've got to return some videotape.
Arguably one of the worst excuses he could ever make. Sure, that was creepy enough to have people talk about him in the office.
Do you remember where you were the night of Paul's disappearance?
Guess I was probably returning videotapes.
He rents a lot of
So what do you
videotapes.
do?
Murders and executions mostly.
Do you like it?
Well, it depends.
Most guys I know
That's
who work
great.
in mergers and acquisitions really don't.
Why don't you meet me at my place at 7? Do you feel fulfilled in your life?
I guess I do. For a long time, I was too focused on my work. Now I've really begun to think about changing myself.
He's got the silverware torture tools and
Did you
duct
know
tape.
that Ted Bundy's first dog, a collie, was named Lassie?
Who's Ted Bundy?
I guess you could say I just want to have a meaningful relationship with someone special.
Patrick, I know you're there. The phone, you bad boy. Don't try to hide. I hope you're not
And
out
he
there with
is
some little
completely
number you picked up
busted.
because you're my Mr. Bateman.
Do you want me to go?
I think I might hurt you.
I don't want to get bruised.
Very interesting how it was phrased like that.
When he said he didn't want to hurt her.
What he said, how he didn't want to hurt her, and she said, "You're right, I don't want to get bruised."
Right. Well, maybe bruise her heart
Yeah.
with a knife.
So, in summary, Christian Bale comes off as a very convincing psychopath. He's clearly done the appropriate amount of research. It took him to slip into the character he really needed to into this movie, like he does with all of his other movies. He's a very method actor.
Yeah, he really got into character. And not only this, but a lot of other movies. Like, he goes all the way. Like, you've seen The Machinist, and
Yeah, he's a serious method actor.
he's English, too. Does a really good American accent. I guess it's easier for them to do an American accent than us to do a British accent.
Yeah, I think he's from Wales.
Oh, Welsh.
Movie made in 2000 that takes place as a 1980s time period.
Still a classic cult movie.
Yeah, I like the monologue that he has with himself overall. Certainly don't care for horror movies and murder in general, but I felt like the acting really was spot on. It really felt uncomfortable at times.
Well, then
He did a good job.
did
at
a
making
good
it.
job. They did what they're supposed to do. He felt uncomfortable. There's definitely some parts that made me feel uncomfortable as well.
There were some elements in this movie that actually made this film feel more of a thriller than a horror movie at times.
I agree.
Yeah,
more
it
of
is a
more of a
thriller.
thriller than a horror movie.
It's not a horror movie.
There's no scare factor, really.
No. Maybe a couple of gory horror-ish scenes, but it is a thriller, not a horror.
Yeah.
But this movie actually even had some comedic parts to it. The scene where he's actually losing his mind over the business cards, it's just so minuscule and almost pointless, but yet he just takes it so seriously to the next level where he's just sitting there at the table, just sweating his brains out.
Brought him to want to kill that guy because his card was so nice. He followed him to the bathroom to kill him.
Yeah. As a side note, this movie actually did release around the time when Girl Interrupted did, which was another movie that had to deal with mental illness and ailments of the sort. But at the same time, though, it's very good addressing that it doesn't matter about how much money you have or what your status is. You can still actually just have
Mental disorders.
Mental disorders that just things that plague you in your own mind. This has been the Recon Reviewers. Thank you for watching.